6,605 pounds, which is pretty light, but then again, it's not like this is the biggest used fifth wheel you've ever seen. Flagstaff 85, 24. Flagstaff and Rockwood numbers are always a little bit wacky. I might actually slip and call this a Rockwood at some point. Flagstaff is a clone of the Rockwood product that we carry here at Haylett RV, so they build the same campers, just different model numbers. The only not awesome thing I found on this one is that you see that there's a little bit of a bacon effect right here just above the gooseneck area. This looks to be a case of towing stress, kind of wobbling the top part right here, I guess the under part of the gooseneck. And I see there's a little crack in the seam right there. Chances are, by the time I'm done with this video or shortly thereafter, we're gonna have somebody come out and put in a bead on that. But it is all super solid underneath. So it doesn't look like that was really like water exposure. It just kind of looks like if you took like an envelope and crinkled the crap out of it. That's sort of what that looks like. It just looks like a little bit of towing stress. Now, I don't expect you just to blindly take my word for something. Don't get me wrong. We have huge followings and a bunch of people that say, hey, thanks for telling it straight. But you don't know me from Adam. So I encourage you, call our team, ask some extra questions, come see the trailer in person, and smack your hand against the sidewall like I just did so that you can form your own opinions. But short of that, everything else that I'm seeing here looks pretty good. Now this thing is small, but it's cute. It's a nice little arrangement. I have all the shades drawn currently because the sun pouring in through those windows is kind of a bear to contend with. But you'll see that there are tons of big windows considering the size of the camper. And I like that Rockwood calls it like a, see, I told you I'd do it, atrium style window over here. A virtual floor to ceiling window. All these windows do open for airflow and they all are day-night shades, 2-section shades by the way. Hardwood freestanding table and chairs here was a really popular option in this layout. I don't think they build this layout anymore. I've always liked it. It's small, it's light, it's ideal if you want to do some doubles towing, like if you have a little cargo trailer or boat or something you want to put behind it. It's perfect that way. This is a little bifold sofa, so that can fold down to a little sleeper. There is some storage below it. Also, obviously, side stands on either side with household outlets, which is really nice. You know, whether you're charging phones or anything like that, it's always nice to have extra outlets somewhere. Extra storage above the seating, that's something a lot of brands in more modern times have started to kind of phase out. Actually, on that same note, before I go spinning us around past the residential ceiling fan here, you can see that kind of kick-out Peninsula upper kitchen cabinet right there. That's a classic-ish feature that has, again, sort of phased out of the RV industry. People want everything to be more open and spacious, and as a result, a lot of newer RVs have less storage than some of the older RVs. Although I do like the nice touches how over there by the door you can see how they have that centralized command center, just a handy thing. And these L-shaped Peninsula-type countertops, they're super popular today. Rockwood's been doing them for years. Also, you'll see, we might lift the bed up. There's a like 2-foot or more countertop extension that goes over here. So if you really want to bulk up your prep space, you can, or you can leave it a little more open. Now, there are a lot of trailers like this where your TV is directly across from the sofa that are popular, but usually rear like sofa floor plans directly across from the TV have kind of phased out of popularity. But I think this one still works because it is a smaller, shorter trailer. You're never like, you know, 27 feet away from the TV. It's always pretty easy viewing. That floor flush slide, nice right there, so you don't have a toe kick. And Rockwood is always really good about making it pretty much a true floor flush slide. Something that's easy to miss too is you see how this pantry, it's actually inside of the slide out. Rockwood does a ton of that because it basically gives you a big chunk of bonus storage that doesn't eat up floor space. Also, the extra cabinet space above both the TV and that big chunk there above the fridge are excellent. Moving upstairs here, like how the previous owners put those little no-slip things on there. Because like if you're just wearing socks, or if you just clean those really well, like we have hardwood floors in my house, and if my wife goes through and really Swiffers those things, it's like a death trap. I feel like I'm on, you know, I'm ice skating, and I mean it's bad. So having those little sandpapery black things right there, very handy. Now this is a smaller fifth wheel of a slightly previous generation, so you have a little bit of what's called a split bathroom, an open concept bed bath. Now you do have privacy curtains, so you can close the bathroom off from the bed space. But what is nice about this classic design is you have this huge chunk of wide open floor space. You can actually stand here. Two of you can walk around one another. You can get dressed without banging your head against something. It is kind of nice. There are some niceties about it. Then up here on the upper deck, you can see north-south bed. That is a 60 by 80 true queen, by the way. But I want to give you a good look over here first. You can see extra storage in the corner, and that's where your TV entertainment hookups are located, up in that corner there. And as we weave our way around here, you can see you've got nice kind of CPAP storage on the side. Now, if you are like claustrophobic, that's going to be your side of the bed. If you're not claustrophobic, you're probably going to be over here by the extra cabinet space. And this guy over here is just a closet slide out. It's just tons of extra storage space. If I pop that open, you get an idea how deep that is in there. You can see that there are actually, you know, hanging rod space in there, all kinds of room for long-term camping. And then over here, this is going to kind of act like either a dresser, or since it's so close to the bathroom arrangement, it's going to maybe do a little bit of toiletry and or linen space for you. Now, one of the things I look for in used RVs, like this camper could use a dusting, and again, we're doing that quick little bead of seal on the underside of the gooseneck. That's the only thing this thing needs. But one of the things I look for when I go through these is I look in the sinks, I look in the showers, and I ask myself, are they clean? Have they been taken care of? Did people keep an eye on the drain stoppers? And people who do those things generally tend to have a really nice RV on trade, because if you take care of them, they take care of you. Now over here, kind of a closet style bathroom, which up top, I like the little, first of all, it's a frosted glass window, so you maintain privacy, but you get that light, and it does slide open for airflow. And then up top, we've got that bigger Max Air fan. Now when we get on the roof of this kid, we're going to see that it has like roof vent covers over all those vents, and that is a porcelain foot flush stool, by the way. Sinking down through the floor below the bathroom is exactly where we're at right now, and below part of the bedroom, obviously. Nice size pass-through compartment, considering you know, the size of the RV and the fact that it does have a somewhat smaller upper deck. This is, you can see the double slam latches right there, all aluminum skeletal structure below this thing also. Four-wheel independent suspension, and a short model like this thing will tow fantastically. Now, I don't have the hitch weight directly in front of me, but this one is more half-ton capable than most fifth wheels out there. Now, I didn't just say it's half-ton towable. Obviously, every single half-ton can vary, but what I'm saying is more half-tons will handle this one than a lot of other fifth wheels. It does have the Reese Revolution Pin Box. Rockwood was one of the very first to do that, although it seems like everybody else always wants to lay claim. Rockwood was one of the first that standardized a pivoting or, quote, orbital pin box, or revolution, or whatever, you know. The idea there being the pin box can turn if you're on a really short bed pickup to make sure you don't smash the corner of the fifth wheel against the truck. Now, they don't have to turn. It's actually still in the fixed position. The previous owner never needed to do that. It's kind of it's capable thereof if you need to. It looks like they also added some slide awnings here. I don't know in this model year if those are factory slide awnings or aftermarket, but either way, they look fantastic. I don't see where they're worn down or frayed or anything like that. We have power front jacks, power rear stabilizer, so everything is push button easy. This was made a little bit before auto leveling was even available on smaller fifth wheels like this. And just in case you're curious, the RV is winterized currently, which is why you're sort of seeing the guts of it over here. Black tank flush right there. Underbelly is fully enclosed. It has tank heater pads. That was another thing Rockwood was way ahead of the curve on, and a lot of people just didn't know it because Rockwood spends all their time building a really nice RV. They just don't spend a lot of time marketing themselves. They really pour the money into the camper and let the camper sell itself, rather than trying to overcome that with just, you know, bravado and talk, I guess. Backup camera ready. And as we oh, I did just notice something. It looks like they did bump something with that ladder. I was getting ready to climb up it anyway, so I guess we're going to find out real quick if it can hold a guy who's about 200 pounds after putting on the COVID-19 eating snacks on my couch. And the roof looks great. Actually, the roof looks exactly how you really want it to. Again, there are roof vent covers over all three roof vents. The white one here is a factory vent cover over the Max Air fan in the bathroom. The two smoky kind of ones that you're going to see, those were aftermarket add-ons probably at the time the RV was purchased. There's one over the living room, one over the bedroom. And I can see, actually, if you really look, you see almost like two shades of sealant. That's because the folks did the correct thing and did some proactive sealing around the factory seals as they aged. That's what you're supposed to do. So everything up here looks good. There's just that one little spot under the gooseneck, and that obviously the ladder got me up here. The ladder's perfectly solid, just had a little bump. Sure of that. She looks all right. And that's all right. So if you're all right with what you just saw, give us a call. We'll get you camping. Take care, stay safe, have fun, and happy Haylet camping, everyone.